Hello and welcome back to George's Game Guides. Today me and Dad are going to be doing the long overdue review of the UCS Luke Skywalker's Landspeeder, set number 75341, and this set is made out of 1,890 pieces. Now this is an absolutely exceptional. They came out for Star Wars Day 2022, and this is actually number 15 in our UCS series. So if you'd like to go over the sizes of the model. How big the model is, I should say.
So the model itself is, as you can see, pretty large. I say that there's been about 8 versions, I think, of the Landspeeder. So it's nice to actually see them do it as the UCS one. But it's actually, in terms of size, it's 49 centimeters in length, which is about 20 inches. It's also 12 inches wide, so it is actually quite a wide model, which is about 30 centimeters. And then the height that Lego actually tell you is over 10 centimeters tall. For the Landspeeder itself, it's just under 11 actually, and you add about another 6 centimeters if you have it on the base. And I think it needs to be on the base really. It is a nice flat bottom, so it does sit on it, and it's got a couple of the rounded pieces on the bottom, so you can slide it if you wanted to. But it needs to be just raised off the ground a bit, like it would be actually if it was being used. But I think the size of it just really works well. I mean, nothing like minifigure size. The minifigure would have to be 6-7 times bigger than it's supposed to be to fit into this. But I just think the detail is fantastic. So before we go into the detail of this itself, I'll just hand you back to George to go over the 2 minifigures that you get in this set.
So there are 2 minifigures in this set, as Dad said. Now one of them is unique, and quite ironically it is C-3PO, not Luke. So we got C-3PO, the classic, almost full gold. Now you can see where my thumb is, the leg is actually a little bit silver, because obviously this is where he was first being made, wasn't it? So most of him's gold. You can see all the wiring on his stomach as well, so you can really tell that it's where he's first being made. And then on the back it is the same with the wiring just there, where it's obviously being literally put together. And yeah, that's it for C-3PO. And then we have Van himself, Luke Skywalker. So this is obviously got his classic short blonde hair with like a belt and almost in full white. But then from the front you can see the facial expression, which is sort of like it's like a sort of smile. It's not quite a smile though. Then he's got his binoculars and a lightsaber. But yeah, overall I think that the 2 minifigures are really nice. Luke isn't unique actually. This version of him has appeared in 8 sets.
I think we've got 4 of them as well, haven't we?
But yeah, so the 2 minifigures are really nice. Now while it's zoomed in, I don't think you're actually able to read it very well, but I'll just go over the plaque as much as I can.
Oh.
So I'm trying to read this off screen at the moment. So the manufacturer was Swab Corporation, I think. The length is 3.6 meters. The engines are.
Where's 3.4?
Repulsor filter or something. Thrust turbines. Maximum altitude is 1 meter. Maximum speed is 250 kilometers. The capacity is 1 driver, 1 passenger, up to 2 droids, and 5 kilograms of cargo. So it's more like an away car. It's like when you get a sports car. To be fair, the maximum altitude is like that in a sports car. You're pretty much hitting the ground anyway.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this off the stand just so it's a bit easier to manoeuvre. So I say it does slide on off the stand quite well. As I say, you've just got these 2 sections at the bottom which slide onto it, and I think it's actually quite a nice design. I do like the fact they've made it quite big and extended to one side, so the figures are still quite central while it's on there. So if we have a look at the model itself, I think the detail for the top of this is actually really nice. So you've got this really, really nice glass piece for it, which I presume is unique because I can't think of anything else that would use a piece like that, but it just works for this set really well. They did come with a couple of stickers, so there is actually a sticker on the control panel on the inside, and you got the sort of gear stick in the steering controls. The seats are quite nicely done, so it's quite seamless with the angles that go between the seats. And then you just got the couple of bits more of detail on the inside. So that. And then one bit that I really like on this is the way they've done the engine, because in the film it's a bit of a battered Landspeeder, to be honest. And the fact is it's lost the engine cover, and I think it's very simple design with some of these sort of rope pieces, but it works really well. It just makes it look like it is an engine. It's just missing its cover. And overall, I think the construction of this was really good. So I'll hand you on to George just to give his sort of opinion as to what he thinks of the set. Let's bring it back so it's fully on the screen.
Overall, I did think it was a really nice set. Now, I personally didn't think it was quite good enough to be given the title of Ultimate Collector Series. That's just my personal opinion. I mean, it's a good set, don't get me wrong, it is quite nice. But compared to some of the others, it's just not up there for me. Like, I don't think this should be given the title of UCS. It is good, as I said, it was really good, but it's not as good as something like the UCS Death Star or the Gunship, the Millennium Falcon, stuff like that. It's just not reached that peak. There's like for piece count, and I think for piece count, and for size and that, you've got like the A-Wing, for example, the UCS A-Wing, and that is a lot better than this in my opinion. And I just think that for the UCS, they go downgrade a little bit on this model, but as I said, it is a nice model, and I would recommend it, but I just don't quite think it should have been given UCS title.
And I think with the two of us sort of reviewing this, it shows one of the issues they had with this set, because I know there was a lot of divided opinion when this came out as a UCS set, based on the other sets that we'd had previously. Personally, I actually really like this as a UCS set. I think with the size of it, the detail of it, the fact that it's such an iconic chip from the Star Wars series, especially the first film, I think it's really nice, and the fact they've done it at this scale, they've got so much detail in it. And compared to a lot of UCS sets, I think the A-Wing is very similar to this. It's such a solid build. I mean, there are a couple of bits that do come loose. So the engines are three sort of technical bits that hold them on, so they do come off reasonably easy. But I just think it's really nice. I say they've got some of the small design parts on this looking great. The one thing that was disappointing being UCS set is the fact that you did have the stickers in it, and I'm still not convinced of the sort of scratch on the front. You didn't have a choice with that, because if you didn't put the sticker on, you didn't have the red sort of edging for it. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that one. It looks a bit of a childish sort of print on the sticker. But the other stickers actually work really well, because it sort of follows the lines of the bodywork. And overall, a great design. Because I did like the fact you got a little gun piece in here to show the engine. So there's some really good piece usage as well.
I wonder if that would be the engine.
Was it?
No, I thought the thrill on the back would be the
No,
engine.
it's some of the electronics. Yeah, because these with the thrust.
Yeah.
This is probably part of the bit that actually makes it levitate.
I bet it's so weird to see something on wheels back then. There probably wasn't anything on wheels. To be fair.
Well, I think a fun fact about this actually. So I don't know if most Star Wars fans probably know this, but when they filmed this for the original Star Wars film, it was just travelling along on wheels, and the way they actually disguised the fact it was on wheels was to actually put some Vaseline on the screen of the camera, so it actually blurred out where the wheels were. And I think that was ingenious. Yeah, because it was in 1978. I always get this Jaws and Alien mixed up in terms of the year they were released.
Well, that's Star Wars. You said Jaws and Alien.
Yeah, this Jaws and Alien.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just like,
Because this is Star Wars.
Yeah, I know, but I completely lost you there.
And I say, because they didn't have the CGI and everything, they had to come up with all these ingenious methods. So I say, to smudge the screen with some Vaseline, I think was ingenious.
They could just put the wheels in the middle of it.
No, because then you'd lose the stability. So I think the history behind this, and I think that's why it works as a UCS set, because it is one of those iconic sets, and the fact that most years there's been a Luke Skywalker Landspeeder, it was nice to actually see them take it to the next level and give you this sort of detail. And I think the minifigures that came with it are quite nice to say. It's a shame that the Luke is in so many other sets, but it's nice that you still get the unique C-3PO in there. And overall, it's really, really nice. Now, to show sort of how accurate this is as well, there was actually it was a VIP thing. You can actually spend some of your VIP points on it. And then this is quite recent actually. And you can get this sort of little poster, which was about the Luke's Landspeeder. I'll try and hold the camera a bit more without the light being on it. So it's got the UCS set kit in the corner, and then you've got the iconic scene where they're being asked about the droids that they're transporting. And yeah, apart from the big bit of silver at the front, where I say I think they definitely could have done better with the stickers, I think it is a pretty close representation of what it's supposed to be. As I say, this is really nice as well. So we actually have this when it's on the shelf just behind the set. So I think it looks pretty cool with that behind it. But overall, I say I would recommend this. I don't think George would.
No, I mean I think that it is a good set, but I think it should just come out as Landspeeder, not UCS. That's in my personal opinion. I was really looking forward to this, and I just don't think it just didn't fit to what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
But it is a good set. Don't get me wrong, it is a really good set, but it's not that good to become UCS, in my opinion.
I think we'll stay divided on that one.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's nice to see something different. That's it. I wasn't keen when they tried to do the playsets, because I think the Endor one works. I think the Ewok Village is fantastic. But when you had the playset of Hoth, it just didn't work for me. No. So I'm glad they moved away from that. But it's nice to see something that's not a huge ship that's done to the scale. So it's
So I think that we'd both recommend it, not for the same reasons, but we would both recommend it, and I presume that you as well as I think this is quite a nice model.
Yeah.
And overall it's a really nice model. So we really hope that you have enjoyed today's video, and we'll see you next time.
We really hope you enjoyed the video. It'd be great to know what your comments are on this set, because I know there's been a lot of divided opinions on this. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to George's channel, and watch out for a new direction for the channel, which starting this Wednesday we're doing a series of playthroughs on the Lego Indiana Jones The Original Adventures from 2008.